Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to beautiful Flathead Field in northwestern Montana. My name is Scott Gladstone, and I'm so excited to bring you tonight's contest between the visiting Billings Mustangs and the host Glacier Range Riders. These are two squads that are on the opposite side of 500 in terms of their record, but in the past week it has been the Glacier Range Riders that have taken care of business every single contest thus far against the team from Billings, Montana. Billings comes in with a record of 22 wins and 20 losses. Glacier on the other side, 16 and 27. 3 straight wins, however, versus these Billings Mustangs have all the momentum with the Glacier Range Riders. And a big part of that is because Monday they dominated, but the last 2 nights, it's really been either team's game to win, and it has been that second gear, that notch up, that ability to minimize mistakes that have been made by Glacier, and Billings, on the other hand, has struggled. We'll get into the catastrophe that happened to the Mustangs in last night's 9th inning, but first, we'll tell you a little bit more about what led up to that 9th inning. It was a second straight game by the exact score of 3-2, the final score, and it was the third straight win overall, as I mentioned, by Glacier. It was a walk-off E5 off the bat of Brant Broussard. It was a slow simmer for the offense to get started. They fell behind 2-0, and a run in the first, a run in the second, and then it was Glacier. Chip, chip, chip away. Find a run here. And then in the bottom of the 8th, down 2-1, it was Ryan Cash. He reached on an infield single on a play that maybe, using some extraordinary effort, could have been made by Jackson Raper, and we'll get back to Jackson Raper a little bit later. But essentially, Cash reached. He gets all the way around. Brody Wofford brings him home on a sac fly, and it's tied in the bottom of the 8th. And then we flip the page to the 9th inning. In the top of the 9th, a beautiful Ryan Cash dive to his left, pick it up out of his glove, and then fling to first. Okay, there's an out right there. Then you take a look at Brody Wofford to Brant Broussard to Austin Steinfort, the pitcher, covering first base, a 3-6-1 double play that ended the top of the 9th. Steinfort, when he was walking off the mound, or when he was walking off of first after grabbing that, he flipped the ball up into the air, feeling all sorts of himself, knowing that he gave his team a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. That's exactly what happened. We led off with a Livingston Morris bloop double into center field. Jalen Garcia maybe looked like he even could have got to it, and he's one of the best defensive center fielders in the Pioneer League. Could not get to it. It bounced in front of him, and then he didn't uncork a throw in right away, and because it was up so high, Livingston Morris was already halfway to second base by the time that bounced once and got into the glove of Garcia. Livingston Morris saw the half-second pause from the center fielder for Billings, and he said, well, if you give me second, I'll take second. He got into second with a leadoff double, and from there, an intentional walk after a pinch runner, John Pardue, came in for Livingston Morris. An intentional walk for runners on first and second. A bunt down that went to third base. Jackson Raper fielded it. However, the first baseman, Jordan Barth, came over and couldn't. There was just miscommunication, a failure on the defensive side. You can't really blame anybody for it. Mostly you can put it on Barth, maybe a little bit on the second baseman as well. Just nobody was covering first. So it was really Barth and Klein that both share some blame, as well as the entire infield, the catcher, whatever, whoever's job is to make sure somebody covers first. And I'm sure Jim Riggleman will put that on himself just as much as anything else. But that loaded the bases after the sack bunt turned bunt for hit, and then Brant Broussard stepped up. He hammered a ball to Jackson Raper over at third base. Raper could not field it cleanly. He needed to make a throw home, but he couldn't even get a throw off. It was a walk-off E5 that won it for the Glacier Range Riders. No batting practice today for the Billings Mustangs. They spent the entirety of their allotted 45 minutes to an hour, where usually they take BP. They used it to work on infield defense. 3 errors last night. We'll see if that makes a difference tonight. The starting lineups are finishing up being read by our PA announcer, and I will be back after the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. The Mustangs and the Range Riders will start up pretty soon. Back here after the national anthem, we're about to get ready to get underway here at Flathead Field. 7-game series. This marks the midway point between the Billings Mustangs and the Glacier Range Riders. 3 games played already, and all 3 have gone to the home side, which is in stark contrast to how these two teams have played up to this point. It was a 1-win and 7-loss record against the Billings Mustangs for Glacier coming into this matchup. They've moved it up to 4 wins and 7 losses. But still 0-5 at Dealer Park after they lost all games in a 5-game series in the second series of the year and of franchise history for the Glacier Range Riders. We'll see them later this season back in Billings to see if they can win their first ever contest there. But for now, we see Logan Van Wy, who will see the leadoff batter Jalen Garcia shortly. Let's talk a little bit about Logan Van Wy. Up until this point in his career, he has only played amateur baseball. This is his professional rookie season. He's got a 2-2 record, a 6.55 ERA. And I'll tell you what, that ERA is not indicative of what he's done. He has been splashed in 2 outings, really. And other than that, out of his 8 starts thus far, he has had 6 really, really good starts. He has 42 strikeouts. He is a power pitcher. 18 walks to his credit, which in those times where he struggled, a lot of them have kind of started because calls have not gone his way. But I hope you're excited to see Logan Van Wy because he is a gem on the mound. He was the day 1 starter for the Glacier Range Riders, the first ever starting pitcher in franchise history. Let's go over the lineup for the visiting Billings Mustangs. Jalen Garcia, Montana native, will lead it off. Cruz Taylor will bat second. Gabe Wirtz will bat third. Jackson Raper is the DH. He plays at 4th cleanup in the lineup. Jordan Hovey and Jordan Barth make up 5 and 6. And the bottom 3 are Jackson Pereira and Mason Dennison. Usually for the Billings Mustangs, the first base coach is the pitcher from the night before, and that remains true here as we are underway with a swing and a miss. 7:06 p.m. 1 minute behind schedule and 84 degrees at first pitch. It is a hot one here in the Flathead Valley. 0-1. Swung on and missed. 2 pitches in. You're seeing some of Van Wy's stuff. He has a condensed form. Really doesn't swing that ball out wide when he's throwing, but just fires it and can launch it in there. 0-2. Thought about it, Garcia did, but it goes high. Count goes to 1-2. Just underway here in the top of the first. Elijah Gill is the starting pitcher. Was supposed to be the starter yesterday, but was delayed a day. And a swing and a miss. Van Wy starts off with a strikeout. Cruz Taylor now stepping in. And he'll be the number 2 batter. Let's go over the defense for the Glacier Range Riders. Justin Mazzone is the man behind the plate. He gets to start for the second night in a row. Dean Miller's over at third. Brant Broussard, last night's hero, is the shortstop. Ryan Cash and Brody Wofford play second and first, respectively. The outfield from left to right, just one change from yesterday, as Eddie McCabe is the left fielder. Squaring to bunt. Barehand pick by Van Wy, and then the stretch from Brody Wofford. He kept his foot on the bag just long enough to receive that one. And right now, Jim Riggleman's going to come out and double check that. There was a question of if Brody pulled his foot off the bag, but our first base umpire tonight, Chad Chrisman, said he kept it on there, and Michael Chuckerman, the home plate umpire, agreed. First pitch swinging here. This one's carrying out to center field, but Ben McConnell will have a beat on it. A 6-pitch first inning. A strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. 1-2-3 for Logan Van Wy. We'll be right back in the bottom of the first. Back here in the bottom of the first, it's Ben McConnell that'll lead off for the Glacier Range Riders. Usually him and Brant Broussard switch off the leadoff spot. Kind of comes in spurts when Nick Hogan thinks he needs a change. He kind of does it, but right now Glacier feeling pretty good, playing pretty good in this series, and they'll keep it as is. Ben McConnell, first pitch swinging. It's going to be in a shallow center field, and it'll be Jalen Garcia sliding in to make the grab, and that is what you expect from Jalen Garcia. And for those who weren't here when I started talking about last night, one of the key plays in that bottom of the ninth was the first at-bat of the bottom of the ninth, where Livingston Morris looped a ball kind of like that, a little less hang time on it, but Jalen Garcia just couldn't get to it, and it was a weird situation where both myself and Brennan Mentz, the broadcaster for the Billings Mustangs, agreed that you almost always see the center fielder out of Billings, Montana, grab a ball like that, and just blew both of our minds. First pitch is a strike into Ryan Cash. That one will miss. It's a ball. It counts 1-1. And that was huge because Livingston Morris heads up base run and got all the way to second. And the run that could have been his, as he was pinch ran for, was the one that won the game 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth on the walk-off E5. Foul ball counts 1-2 now for Ryan Cash. He scored the game-tying run last night in the bottom of the eighth on a sac fly from Brody Wofford. 2-2, 1 out. And he's fooled on that one. Swinging strike 3. We got 2 gone here in the bottom of the first, and just the way these pitchers are coming out right now, we might have another low-scoring defensive battle. Let me tell you about Elijah Gill. This is his rookie season. The left-hander is in his first professional campaign, and he averaged about 5 2/3 innings per start, a 2.89 ERA, and he's made it through 5 innings in all 5 of his starts. Appeal over to first, says he went. Linscott's behind 0-1. His last start was July 8th versus Boise. He allowed a single unearned run in 5 2/3 innings, struck out 5 hitters, which is a professional high for him. 0-1. Swung on. This one is a dribbler, and it's going to be foul. Any ball hit in the infield, keep an eye out for the reaction from this Billings Mustangs defense. I already mentioned they spent the entirety of what is usually batting practice working on the plays. Jim Riggleman and some of the other coaching staff just camped under the turtle, where BP usually is taken out of, and just had kind of a rotating round of everybody going through. How do you make the play if there's a bunt over here? How do you make the play if there's a bunt over here? What are we doing on a pickoff? All sorts of things to try and prevent steals, which have been a key for Glacier in this series. They've only had 4, but they've been key steals, and they have not been caught once. 2-2, 2 outs, bases empty here for Linscott. But just something to recognize. That one called, strike 3. Michael Chuckerman punches out Sam Linscott. Elijah Gill gets out of this inning with a backwards K. 1-2-3, 1-2-3. 6 batters is all we saw in the first inning, and it's still 0-0. Jackson Raper, the man who gets the night off in the field tonight after he struggled a little bit defensively. Still bats cleanup. He is DHing, and he swings at the first pitch and carries out to left field. Backing up, trying to play it off the wall. He will not be able to. That one had a lot of carry on it. Jackson Raper, he's got that pop. That's why he's batting cleanup. The perfect game for both pitchers is now ruined for Logan Van Wy, as the 7th pitch of his outing is carrying over the wall and probably still carrying an absolute hammer off the bat of Jackson Raper, who I'm sure has a fair amount of pent-up frustration after what I just mentioned was maybe the worst defensive game of the season for him last night. First pitch swing in there, foul ball. Jordan Hovey bats here. Jordan Barth will bat second, and because of that home run, we're guaranteed to see Bryce Jackson as well. Jordan Hovey playing second base. 0-1. Misses high. Count goes to 1-1. Logan Van Wy will prepare to throw his 10th pitch upcoming here now that it's 1-0 in favor of the visiting Billings Mustangs. Ball goes out there. Jackson Raper offensively loves playing in this ballpark. He hit the first ever home run at Flathead Field. And he just hit his third at Flathead Field of this season, as he hit a home run earlier in this series on Monday night, was able to pelt one over the left field fence. Misses low, and it will be a walk to follow up the home run by Jackson Raper. Jordan Barth now stepping in. Barth hit a home run last night, his second of the season. On the season, Jordan Barth, sixth on the team with a .301 batting average. No outs here, runner on first. It's 1-0 in the top of the second. Swing and a foul ball makes it 0-1 on Jordan Barth. Glacier Range Riders will have to overcome a early franchise curse of sorts on this Thursday night. Check swing. No appeal over to first. As Mazzone doesn't want to ask for something that he probably knows the answer to. Count is 1-1. Mentioned that Thursday curse. 0 wins, 6 losses on Thursdays, all time in franchise history for the Glacier Range Riders. 1-1. Thought about it again, but he held off. Now it's 2-1. That one is a high fastball that is swung on by Jordan Barth. Count goes 2-2, no outs. Over at first is Hovey. Don't expect much of these Billings Mustangs to steal. They have not been successful on it, just a successful steal and a double steal last night, but they were thrown out every time on Monday and Tuesday. And on the season, the Range Riders are outstealing the Billings Mustangs 71-23. Foul ball. Count will stay 2-2. This is the first real extended at-bat of the game against Logan Van Wy. Van Wy, his last appearance was on July 9th against the Missoula Paddleheads. He went 5 2/3, picked up a no decision, and allowed 3 earned runs in that time. This one carrying out to the right center gap. A lot of ground need to be made up by Ben McConnell, but he does it with ease. And no chance for Hovey to tag up from first. He gave a run at it, trying to bluff Ben McConnell into a possible error there, but McConnell's savvy enough. He won't fall for that. He'll just send it in quickly to second base. Up comes Bryce Jackson. First pitch sees a strike, splash the zone. Count goes to 0-1. 1 out here, top of the second, 1-0. Billings leads Glacier. Nothing new for them to jump out to a lead. They've done it in the last 2 games, but slamming their foot on the gas has been the issue. Early chips, but then the bullpen has come on and been absolutely freakish. The only time where they seemed like they started to get something against the bullpen was 2 nights ago when they nearly got to Isaiah Henry, but a massive defensive play and an 8-6-2 throw out at the plate, and that one is a throw out at the plate as well, a called strike. I don't know how close that was from my perspective. Thought it was a ball, so that's why I was just going to talk through it, but it's a punch out for Van Wy. He's got 2 gone in the top of the second. Up comes Brian Pereira, catching today, as is Mazzone behind the plate for the second straight game. Swing and a miss from Brian Pereira, and that's the thing. Logan Van Wy has given up a few home runs. He is that power pitcher that gets strikeouts, and you see that all the time. Those guys can get hit fairly hard. When somebody makes contact, he has the most home runs given up on the team with 6, but he got another swing and a miss there. He's ahead 0-2. Now it's 7. That was actually the 7th home run he's given up of the season just a few moments ago. Oh, 2 outs, runner on first. Ooh, and he got a swing out of him, but just enough contact made. Stays alive at 0-2. This Glacier Range Riders pitching staff so young. 3 players have played professional baseball before, and one of those 3, Isaiah Henry, really has only played as a position player. So his 4 years of experience are fairly moot in terms of his ability to lead with that experience on the mound in a big league setting. 1-2. Misses inside. Count goes to 2-2. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0 in the top of the second here. Billings leads after the Jackson Raper solo home run. Pickoff attempt over to first, no tag applied. The only other pitchers with professional experience, other than Isaiah Henry and his time in the Royals minor league system. Swung on and missed. I was going to say it's Austin Steinfort and Andrew Stout, but, well, Logan Van Wy said he's done with this inning, and we head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 after the Jackson Raper solo home run. Back here, bottom of the second, Brody Wofford stepping in. First pitch finds the zone against Brody Wofford. Count will go to 0-1. Elijah Gill on the season, talked a little bit about him. He actually started this spring playing summer ball, summer collegiate ball, that is. Foul ball makes it 0-2. Started with the Williamsport squad in the MLB Draft League, the Williamsport Crosscutters. Another foul ball, keep it at 0-2. Pitched in 2 appearances there before deciding to take his talents pro when Billings picked him up. He's a Valdosta State product. Did also play at East Carolina University, ECU. Swing and a miss there as Gill is able to get a strikeout. 11-pitch first inning for Elijah Gill. In 2021, Gill pitched in the Northwoods League, at least for part of the summer. Had an 0-3 record with the Kalamazoo Growlers. 6.58 ERA in that time. And also played in the highly touted Cape Cod League, where he pitched for Hyannis, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, I believe. That one's cracked to left field. Dean Miller, forget about it. A solo home run answers the one we saw by Billings. It's Dean Miller. His 3rd home run of the series has tied this game at 1 apiece. Wow, goodbye baseball. 1-1. Now Livingston Morris will step up for the encore performance. First pitch misses low. Always interesting to see how does a pitcher respond to giving up a home run. Logan Van Wy, for as good as he is, he walked the next batter after that. And this one will be hit to short. Fielded a little bit of a bobble by Dennison, and Livingston Morris can't beat out the throw. And it will be 2 gone after the 6-3 ground out. So Elijah Gill responds just about as well as he can, putting it in the zone and getting himself an out. Justin Mazzone coming up now. Defensive alignment for Billings. Before we get out of this inning, I'll tell you what it is. Pereira's behind home plate. Jordan Barth is the 3rd baseman. Dennison, who I just mentioned, plays short. Jordan Hovey is the 2nd baseman, and Bryce Jackson's over first. The outfield from left to right. It is Wirtz, Garcia, and Cruz Taylor. First pitch is a ball. Count goes to 1-0. 2 outs here. Bottom of the second. It is 1-1 between the Range Riders and the Mustangs. Swing and a miss there, as these fans already treated to 2 home runs in the early going. It's 1-1, or it's 1-1, and it's 1-1. The count and the score are the same. This one's dribbled foul. Before the non-batting practice infield defense session from Jim Riggleman and the Billings coaching staff, they had a long meeting talking about partially explaining the drills that they were going to do, as that one's a ball outside, counts 2-2. But also, I'm sure, sort of having a reckoning in terms of these past 3 games and where they have failed to keep up with the Range Riders. A team that has been outclassed by much of the North in the early part of this season, just in terms of finding that finishing blow. They've been there in so many games, but they have not been able to recognize how to develop themselves the best in the 8th and the 9th until, well, this series, it looks like they're piecing it together. In the 8th inning, they've been outscored. The Glacier Range Riders have been outscored by 13 runs in the 8th inning, as well as 9 runs in the 7th inning. Swung on, that one's dribbled, and just like they were practicing earlier today, the field and throw, just how Riggleman taught him. It is a 1-3 ground out for out number 3. Dean Miller goes with a bomb. It's 1-1. We head to the third. We are back here for the top of the third inning at Flathead Field. Currently 1-1 between the Billings Mustangs and the Glacier Range Riders. Mason Dennison, the only Billings Mustangs batter that we have yet to see. First pitch, fouls it up. Souvenir ball. Oh, off the hands. He went out with the double hand technique. Gentleman in a blue shirt down there had to reach over his seat a little bit and just not able to snag it. Bounces off his hands, ricocheted a few rows in front, and ends up with a young woman and presumably her date. 0-2, misses. Crowd wanted the call, 3-pitch strikeout. They did not get it. Dennison will recuperate himself for a 1-2 now. That one misses off, counts 2-2. Logan Van Wy, something you got to know about him. If you haven't already picked it up, he works incredibly fast on the mound. He loves to just literally burn rubber. That one on the inside. Misses the body of Dennison, but he's worked it full now after going down 0-2 to start. Van Wy now sets, prepares, gets his sign, kicks and fires. Swung on, foul ball, another souvenir. Van Wy played his college ball at Missouri Southern State University. That's where he's coming out of. High school in Webb City, Missouri, where he went to Webb City High School. Misses the zone. Crowd wanted a couple called strike threes there. Didn't get any of them. And the lineup card will flip over after the leadoff walk. This spring, Van Wy was a unanimous selection to be a first-team all-conference player. He was also second-team all-region as a starting pitcher. As a true freshman, he was an all-MIA selection, as he was the top option out of the bullpen for the Lions. Called strike. Starts off the at-bat to Jalen Garcia. Garcia 0 for 1 after striking out against Van Wy in their first matchup today. Missing off the plate. Count goes to 1-1. He has pitched once versus the Billings Mustangs this year. Van Wy has 4 innings, just allowing 2 hits, but he did allow 3 runs, 2 earned. Struck out 7 Mustangs, however. Runners going. The throw in. Mazzone looks to have him. Absolutely dead to rights at second. Justin Mazzone said, "Don't try me." Caught stealing for out number 1. It has been a tough go of it, stealing bases against the Glacier Range Riders. That has been one of the keys to this series. You can definitely point to, I already mentioned that. Swing and a miss, says Garcia. One of the fences, come up with nothing. 2-2 now as the bases are now empty for Logan Van Wy. Breaking ball, got him swinging. The second time in a row that Van Wy has set down the defending Rookie of the Year in the Pioneer League, and now he'll see Cruz Taylor, who usually bats in the leadoff spot for the Billings Mustangs, but starting last night, Jim Riggleman decided to, hey, if it's not working, try and fix it. And hit over to second. Playing shallow right field is Ryan Cash. He'll be right on top of that one to field and throw to first base for out number 3. A caught stealing, a strikeout, and a 4-3 ground out send us to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-1 between Billings and Glacier. Eddie McCabe prepares to see pitch number 1 from Elijah Gill, and he fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. That one will miss. Counts now 1-1 for one of the newer members of the Glacier Range Riders squad. Joined them at the beginning of the month. Foul ball. Counts now 1-2 for the new infielder / outfielder. Will play left field as well. He's playing left field today. One, 2 misses high. We go 2-2. Elijah Gill, I have him at exactly 30 pitches right now through 2 full innings, working in his third here. Swung on just beyond the outstretched glove of Gill, but it will be fielded by Dennison. And on the run, he throws kind of a tough pick for Bryce Jackson to make there, but he squeezes his legs together to back himself up and is able to scoop that one underhand off the turf for out number 1. Elijah Gill, just like Van Wy has seen Billings, Elijah Gill has seen Glacier in his start on the 16th of June, which was here at Flathead Field, as pitches a ball in there to Brant Broussard. That one is a strike at the top of the zone. Count goes to 1-1. Gill threw 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and he had 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. Did not pick up a decision in that game, but it was eventually won by the Billings Mustangs. 2-1 into Brant Broussard. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2. That one swung on, but it's going to be a high fly ball that'll die in the deep outfield. Just at the fringe of the warning track is the left fielder, Wirtz. Broussard makes good contact, but not enough juice on it to get it out of the park. And Ben McConnell will make his way up with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch splashes the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Elijah Gill, originally from Jacksonville, Florida, played his college ball at Division II Valdosta State. I already mentioned that. Very good school, Valdosta State. He did overlap, I believe, a little bit with a phenomenal pitcher out of Valdosta State named Cooper Kane. I worked with when I worked for the Rockford Rivets. He was an all-star. He was the All-Star Day starter, actually, for the South Division in the Northwoods League that year. A lot of good pitchers coming out of VSU. Foul ball. Count stays 1-2. They also have a very good football program, I know. The Blazers do. Believe it's not too far from the Florida border in Georgia, if I'm getting my D2 geography right. Check swing. Called a ball. No appeal over to third. And we eventually get an appeal over to third. Third base umpire says no go. And Tony Prater refuses to punch him out. Count goes to 2-2. That one swung on. Carrying out to left field. And again, called upon is Gabe Wirtz. And again, he backs up close to the warning track, but in front of it for out number 3. Nothing doing for Glacier. It is 1-1. We head to the 4th. Top of the fourth here in Flathead Field, Northwest Montana. Game 4 out of 7 in a row between these Range Riders and the Mustangs. Called strike to start off Gabe Wirtz's second at-bat of the ballgame. First time up, he flied out to center. That one will carry out to right field. Linscott will back up, and just as Wirtz caught 2 fly balls a few feet in front of the warning track in left, Sam Linscott catches his fly ball a few feet in front of the warning track in right. 1 gone now in the top of the fourth. Makes way for Jackson Raper. Jackson Raper already mentioned his offensive power, and you see it again there. This one's crushed out to center field. Backing up is Ben McConnell. This one will stay in the park, though. And wow. Man, Jackson Raper not messing around. 2 hard hit balls to the outfield. And just about 10 feet, maybe 20 feet short of a home run there, as McConnell caught that one on the warning track before crashing in to the Carlisle sign right next to the 375 mark in left center field. 2 outs. Maybe an automatic take sign there for Jordan Hovey, who's just trying to get some pitches for Logan Van Wy to pitch. You do not want a guy to go through an inning in less than 5, but it should be just 5 pitches. It is for Logan Van Wy. 5. He's thrown 45 pitches on the day, and he gets through that one quick. No runs across, still 1-1. We head to the bottom of the fourth very quickly. Ryan Cash leads off the bottom of the fourth. First pitch he sees goes high. Count is 1-0 to Cash. Phenomenal defense as usual last night for him, as well as the game-tying run that he scored in the bottom of the 8th. Swings that one, but it will go nowhere in the big center field area we have at Flathead Field. Fly out to Jalen Garcia is good for out number 1. Up comes Linscott. Linscott's 0 for 1. He struck out looking. I'm going to be playing more with some of the not advanced analytics, but the situational statistics that I have for different players, kind of tell you what they're doing in different situations. So, for example, Sam Linscott, as we see the 1-0 hit the zone, count goes to 1-1. Sam Linscott on the season with the bases empty, he's batting .208. That one will miss. Count goes to 2-1. He's had 48 chances with the bases empty and come up with 10 hits on those situations. Stuff like that I can also tell you with runners on, with the bases loaded, as well as when he's leading off an inning. Inside, no. Called strike. Linscott limboed a little bit out of the way of it, but did not fool the home plate umpire. 3-2. Swings on it. Base hit for Sam Linscott. Right up the middle. He's aboard with one out. And now Brody Wofford will step up. Wofford on the season. Got a .277 batting average. And with runners on this season, he's batting .278, 25 out of 90. First pitch misses, low and away. 50th pitch for Elijah Gill. Just a little bit ahead of Logan Van Wy, who has 45. Of course, Van Wy got through his fourth inning. Right now, only 1/3 of the way through it is Gill. Not locating the lower outside part of the zone. That one just missed, but the count goes to 2-0. What can Brody Wofford do with it? The home plate umpire said that he went there. Did not take an appeal. And I'm glad he didn't do that because the home plate umpire has the best view of that. Third base umpire Tony Prater is currently standing between first and second. There's no way he has better vision of that. That one swung on over to third. A chance for two, but it will be a fortunate hit for Brody Wofford, who had the shift on against him. And a ground out advances Linscott to second. As the third baseman Barth had to come a long way to get to that. And you love when guys are able to do that, beat the shift. The best argument against the shift is to just beat it. Two gone. Runner on second is Linscott. Dean Miller, who homered his last time up. First pitch on the inside. Solo shot over the left field wall for Dean Miller. Absolutely hammered it. Linscott plenty of wheels on second. Should be running on most contact. .1-0 and Miller went for the fences there. Comes up empty. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Elijah Gill's at 55 pitches. Just the one earned run against him. Off the bat of this man. Same for Van Wy. The only time he's been touched was for that solo home run by Jackson Raper. 1-1. Swing and a miss again for Dean Miller. He's behind 1-2 now. Gill on the game. 3 strikeouts for him. Van Wy has 2 more walks than Gill's 0. But he does have 1 more strikeout. Van Wy's at 4. Elijah Gill trying to get through his 4th inning of work. He will fire the 1-2. Swung on, and it'll be right to the second baseman. Foot a little bit questionable there from Bryce Jackson, who had to make sure he was on the bag as he was shifted over further than usual. Jordan Hovey, though, right there because of the shift. So after Wofford kind of half beats the shift always seems to win. Sometimes, doesn't it? We head to the 5th. It's 1-1. Back here in the top of the 5th inning. Flathead Field, it's 1-1. And Van Wy out for his 5th inning of work. He's thrown just 45 pitches. Very well could go a ways in this game if he keeps up at this pace. So could Elijah Gill. That's been the story of this series. Defensive struggle with the exception. After swing and miss makes it 0-2 with the exception of the Monday performance by the Glacier Range Riders. 7 runs put up by them, but all in the first 3 innings. And then it was, well, the defense that we talked about. This one dribbled back. Van Wy's going to have to make the play on it, and he will not be able to do so. A weekly hit, infield single from Jordan Barth, and whatever you can do to get the job done, you'll take, especially when a pitcher's cruising like this. Barth aboard to lead off the inning. That was put in the perfect spot where it just works out as a swinging bunt, similar to the actual bunt laid down by Brenton Davis last night. Get yourself on. See what you can do. Now a man that can do a lot with his bat, Bryce Jackson, coming up. Jackson has had up and downs. A lot of strikeouts for him in the early part of his professional career, but he's seen a lot of power as well. 163 batting average for him. And this one is a high fly ball out to right field. Backing up is Lynn Scott, and he will watch it soar over the fence. I told you, Jackson can do stuff with the ball. When he makes contact, he is absolutely dangerous, and in one swing of the bat, he makes it 3-1 in favor of the Billings Mustangs. That one was the opposite of the Jackson Raper laser that we saw over the fence. That one just put it up in the sky and let it soar. 3-1, no outs here in the top of the 5th. And how important was that from Jordan Barth, who just made contact on an 0-2 pitch and was able to stay alive. Now Pereira, we'll see the first pitch miss up and away. The home run given up earlier in this game by Logan Van Wy. He responded with a walk of the next batter. Swing and a miss there. Evens up the count at 1-1 for Brian Pereira. 3-1 in favor of the Billings Mustangs. A Bryce Jackson 2-run home run is our difference. That has silenced the Flathead Field crowd. Pitch is outside, just a little bit off the plate. Counts 2-1. No outs here. Base is empty for Pereira. And this one is a high pop-up near Brody Wofford over at first. Wofford eventually comes in to make the snag. It's a fair territory catch. So just call it a pop-out, not a pop-out foul. 1 gone here in the top of the 5th. Mason Dennison drew a walk his first time up. He'll step up now to see an 0-0 from Logan Van Wy. Swing and a miss to start off the at-bat for Dennison. Career strikeout numbers at Missouri Southern State. Logan Van Wy stands 5th all time. He has exactly 222 career collegiate strikeouts for the Lions. He's 1 strike away from a strikeout now after a swing and a miss there from Dennison. The 6'2 right-hander works quick and will fire. Missing low. Dennison thought about it, goes to 2-2. Finished his college career, besides those 222 strikeouts, 10 wins and 6 collegiate losses. A 3.58 ERA for the Lions. Did have 1 shutout victory in his 14 starts this season, where he went 10-3. Swung on, and it's deflected by Van Wy, fielded by Cash, but it's just going to go down as a base hit. Another infield single. for the Billings Mustangs, and they have one aboard with one out. Exactly what I said about Brant Broussard last night in the bottom of the ninth. Put it in play. Good things will happen. I think an early part of this series, one of the unfortunate storylines that Billings has probably looked at is just too many strikeouts for themselves. They've also gotten more walks than they've given up to Glacier, but the strikeout numbers, not where they want them to be. 34 Ks over 3 games. Quick math, that's over 11 a contest. 0-1 now to Jalen Garcia, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Speaking of strikeouts, he has 2, and that one will miss. Count goes to 1-1. Livingston Morris, Justin Mazzone, and Eddie McCabe due up next inning. In the bottom of the 5th in this game that has purred along up to this point, just 5 total hits. Swung on and another pop-up. Justin Mazzone in foul territory will make the catch, and Jalen Garcia moves to 0-3 on the day. Justin Mazzone, we've seen such skill. I mean, the infield defense by the Glacier Range Riders has just been really, really solid thus far. And the first pitch misses low and inside to Cruz Taylor. Count goes to 1-0. Two outs. Run on first is Dennison. They're going to check on him. Throw over by Van Wy. For a brief moment, the scoreboard did indicate that that was going to be scored a error on Logan Van Wy, but it now has switched back. There's a total of 6 hits, so I'm corrected. But what I said earlier is that one was just too hard. A pitcher's not expected to make that. And that's the reason why our official scorer, maybe she said from the get-go that it was a hit and the scoreboard operator put it in wrong, or maybe she thought differently of it after maybe watching a replay, as we got the game on in all these suites at Flathead Field, but it is working on a delay. Umpire said that one missed. I don't know where it missed. Count goes to 3-0. 3-1 is our score here. 3-0 is our count. Billings leads by 2, top of the 5th. Called strike. A ball puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. A strike will push it full. Dennison reached on an infield single. He's still over at first. Swung on, foul ball. Just got over our heads here. Skipped off the roof that's over the press box down the left field line. A 3-2, 2-out pitch upcoming. Dennison will be moving on contact, or on the pitch actually. He does go, and it is ball 4. Up comes Gabe Wirtz. Wirtz 0 for 2 today. He's going to have 2 on with 2 outs, a chance to break this game open. I feel like in each of the last 2 nights when it was a defensive struggle, I said words similar to that, where Billings had a chance to uncork it. And that was a play that they made early in this matchup, in this rivalry between these 2 cross-state rivals. But just these past 2 nights, not able to do it. Gabe Wirtz right here. We'll try and pass off the bat at the very minimum to Jackson Raper, who's standing on deck. Van Wy will be given plenty of slack to work with, as we do just have a couple bodies getting up and moving around in the bullpen. I don't think they're warming anybody up yet, as Van Wy will pitch number 70 upcoming. Still can use him plenty. Cautious to start out the season was Nick Hogan, making sure that, especially the pitchers that he had that just pitched full college seasons, like Van Wy, didn't overdo themselves, just pitched 3 innings, even though he pitched 3 solid innings in Colorado Springs to start it off. And that one with Frisbee in there for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. 2 outs, 2 on, 3-1 game in the top of the 5th. Wirtz, the right-hander, taking on the right-hander Van Wy. Swings and misses at that one, trying to golf it up there. Comes up empty. Count goes 0-1, or 1-1. Misses off the plate. 2-1 now, 2 outs. Logan Van Wy has absolutely loved his experience here in Montana. Obviously from Missouri, played his college ball in Missouri. Now across the country in a completely different type of the country. And that one nearly swings the Wirtz out of his shoes. Count is 2-2. The Ozarks don't do too bad. And they're in that Missouri area. That is the highlight of Missouri. But I don't know exactly. I think that's Arkansas and Missouri. I haven't spent much time in Missouri, so and I haven't watched the show Ozarks either. So I'm really just going into uncharted waters here, and I should probably just back out. But I'll tell you what, in the shadow of one of the best national parks in the country, not a bad setup to play your professional career, and Van Wy loving every minute of it. 2-2, swung on, foul ball. Just missed at least 1 RBI. Did Gabe Wirtz there. Pitch number 75 from Van Wy. We'll keep it at 2-2. 2 outs, runners on first and second. A ball would allow the runners to be going on the pitch. On the next pitch, Van Wy does not want to let it get there. Don't need runners on first and second getting ahead of steam. Would love to get a punch out here. 2-2, 2 outs. Wirtz coming in to see the Van Wy fire. Swung on, and it's going to be a base hit. Green light. Throw home will push Justin Mazzone off of home plate, and it will be an RBI single from Gabe Wirtz. Mason Dennison used his speed there to curl around from second. Of course, he was running on contact. That helps quite a bit. And an RBI single makes it 4-1. Now we definitely have action going up. I believe that's Tanner Solomon starting to loosen up his arm. Jackson Raper, the DH, steps up. A home run for him today. The other fly out to left field he had was a healthy hit ball. That one is healthy hit, but Brant Broussard climbs the ladder. A huge play by Brant Broussard that surely saved a run. 3 come across for Billings, though, and they lead 4-1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Livingston Morris leads off the bottom of the fifth. It's 4-1 in favor of the Billings Mustangs. First pitch will come in and miss to Morris. Count goes to 1-0. Just checking the Twitter, which I also run. I'm in between that inning break and seeing that Tiffany tweeted at us asking about the mascots. A goat and a bear, you are correct, as this one's hit over to short, fielded and thrown on target in time. 6-3 ground out for out number one. The mascots are Cliff, the mountain goat. That was a fan vote that decided Cliff's name. The finalists were Logan, as well as obviously the winner, Cliff. Logan for Logan Pass, also called Going to the Sun Road, which is the incredible mountain pass that takes you across Glacier National Park. But of course, Cliff, I mean, pretty clear name for a mountain goat. You see him in his Range Rider uniform there. Pitch misses high to Justin Mazzone, and the other mascot is a bear named Huck. Another ball, counts 2-0. And Huck is short for huckleberry, which is the famous berry that, I mean, if you come to Montana, you will see huckleberries for sale here, there, everywhere. Check swing there, didn't go, and no appeal, which kind of surprised me, as I thought Mazzone went a fair amount of the ways on that swing. And that pitch will hit the top part of the zone. Called strike. Count is 3-1. One out, base is empty for Mazzone. I think in all of minor league baseball, I don't know if there's a duo as good as Huck and Cliff, and a base hit from Justin Mazzone as he laced that one beyond Jordan Hovey, the second baseman. One aboard with one out in the bottom of the fifth. Eddie McCabe up. McCabe is 0 for 1 with a ground out to second base, or shortstop actually. Right now the Range Riders trying to answer the top of the fifth inning rally by Billings to put 3 on the board. Pitch misses low to Eddie McCabe. A long frame attempted by Pereira, doesn't get the call. Counts 1-0. Swung on, and it's going to be the opposite field, but a foul ball makes the count 1-1. McCabe, originally from Connecticut, played his college ball at Georgetown. Acquired at the beginning of the month by the Glacier Range Riders in a trade for the number 1 pick in the midseason draft that has taken place in Boise very shortly here. In the next couple weeks over in Idaho's capital. 2-1, one out coming in. Misses high, we go 3-1. Elijah Gill will throw pitch number 70, and he's fallen behind in these counts, both to Mazzone, now to McCabe. It was a 3-1 pitch, which Mazzone singled off of. Now McCabe will see 3-1. Swings on it, carrying out to right center field. Garcia backing up, cannot get to it. It one hops off the wall. Green light for Justin Mazzone. The throw will come in, and it'll hit off the mound and then be ramped up to Pereira. That took just enough velocity off the throw, and Mazzone is able to leg it out all the way from first. The umpire that was covering first base, that's his call to run over there and make the call at the plate, Chad Chrisman. And he was right on top of it, and I think he had Mazzone dead to rights, did the cutoff man, which I believe was Hovey. But the problem is it hit the mound and ramped it up. If it would have come in as a straight shot, would have been a much easier play for Pereira to make. It's an RBI double from Eddie McCabe. The deficit's cut in half. It's 4-2. Grant Broussard swings on this one. Could have been dangerous, but it ends up going foul down the right field line. I think Nick Hogan is coaching third base over there, so he was the one that gave the green light to Justin Mazzone. As that one is hammered, but Jalen Garcia looks to have a beat on it. He does make the play, but he was backing up, and that means Eddie McCabe will easily be able to get into third base. Ben McConnell will now have a runner on third in a 4-2 ball game here. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Sacrifice not an option. He needs to stay alive. Hits are 5-4 right now in favor of the Billings Mustangs. First pitch swinging, foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. What a couple of games these two teams have played. Monday night, Glacier went out to an early lead, and they held on to it. As this one will be hit over to first. Fielded by Jackson. It'll be a race with Ben McConnell. And Elijah Gill ran in front of Ben McConnell, which is not advised there because I think you underestimated the speed of the Glacier center fielder, but it doesn't matter. McConnell not able to beat it out. Bryce Jackson goes unassisted, but an RBI double from Eddie McCabe makes it 4-2. We got a ball game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the 6th inning. Day's done for Logan Van Wy. He finishes with 5 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 4 runs all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Clearly a performance that we've seen better from Logan Van Wy, but a performance that you'll definitely take as well, especially in this league. Van Wy gives 5, but then touched up last inning, and that part of the reason why Nick Hogan, the coaching staff, opts to go without him. This one hits to short on the first pitch. Throw is on target and in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Tanner Solomon, the new pitcher. Phoenix, Arizona native. Played his college ball at Wayland Baptist and is making his 15th start for the Glacier Range Riders, all out of the pen. I'm sure he is one of those options that if you need a starter on a quote-unquote bullpen day, he's definitely a candidate. A 7.16 ERA for him in 27 2/3 innings pitch. That one's hit to second. Ryan Cashfields. Cash throws, and it's 2 pitch, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. before I can even say finish the stat line, Tanner Solomon has 28 strikeouts to 12 walks this year. Can we see a 3-pitch, 3-out inning? Bryce Jackson, who hit a home run his last time up, will be the man to help us decide that. Tanner Solomon, like Logan Van Wy, moves very quickly on the mound. And Solomon hits the strike zone. And Jackson, I'm fairly certain he had a take sign. And he swings and misses. No take sign there. He's behind 0-2. 2 outs. Tanner Solomon buzzing through this inning. 4 pitches, 4 strikes, 2 outs. And that's efficiency from Tanner Solomon. Wow. 5 pitches and 3 outs, including a 3-pitch strikeout to end it. Glacier maybe has some momentum. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. Both Van Wy as well as Elijah Gill go 5 innings. Gill's day is done. He finishes with a great stat line himself. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. Billings 3 losses this series already, but something they've done very, very well is their ability to not walk batters. Glacier's taken advantage of it when they have, but really they've limited base runners. As Cash squares to bunt, pulls back, it's a called ball. Hunter DePrimo is the new pitcher. DePrimo did pitch earlier in this series. The 6-foot, 200-pound right-hander out of Blairstown, New Jersey. Played his college ball at Mansfield University. Pitch hits the zone there. Count goes 1-1. I mentioned he pitched earlier in this series. He pitched 1 1/3 inning. Allowed 2 earned runs against the Range Riders. That was in game 2 of the series. Did not pick up the loss, as ball makes it 2-1. The scoreboard says 3-0, but it is 2-1. Swung on by Cash. He fouls it off. Count goes to 2-2. 0-2 today is Ryan Cash. Cash, since the opening series in Colorado Springs, he leads this Range Rider squad in batting average. Actually, in general, he leads them in terms of active players. Cash carries that one out to left center. It's going to hit twice. Cash will round and head for second. And he's in safe. A stand-up double for Ryan Cash. The thing he needs to kick it up an extra gear after that very successful first half of the season that he's having is extra bases. He has some home runs 2 of them, and that's his 5th double of the year. Sam Linscott, 1 for 2 tonight is Linscott. Singled up the middle. He has the power to equalize this game in one swing of the bat. DePrimo. Inside, just misses the body of Sam Linscott. Count goes 1-0. DePrimo saucers that one in there to be fouled. Let's take a look around the Pioneer League right now. I'll give you an update on kind of what's going on. Some of you care more than others. Missoula has clinched the first half crown, which is essentially making this final week less important than it would be had somebody not clinched. And we also have a clinch in the South, as that one misses inside. Count goes to 2-1 on Linscott. So they've already clinched their playoff spot. They will get a chance to fight for the defending back-to-back championship in September. Great Falls is in 2nd in the North. Idaho Falls is in 3rd. Billings in 4th. And the Glacier Range Riders are in 5th, anxiously awaiting the reset of the schedule at the end of this week. That one swung on by Linscott. It's a high fly ball out to left field, backing up to the wall, and caught. Cash will tag. But wow, what a catch. And they're going to tap second just to make sure. And no, Cash did not leave the bag early. He successfully tags up. That one just golfed up into the sky by Sam Linscott. Almost had enough on it. But instead, F7. Cash tags up. He's on 3rd with 1 out. And Brody Wofford is fairly used to bringing in Cash on a sacrifice fly. He's done it the past 2 nights in the late game. And they have all been very key. It would be very key if he could do it right here. Wofford swings and misses on the first pitch. He goes down 0-1. He tied the game up in the bottom of the 9th when he brought home Cash on a sac fly F7. Now we'll see an 0-1 with 1 out, a chance to do the same thing. Foul ball goes up and over the press box, and the second one that's hit on our roof today. 0-2 is the count. 1 out, bottom of the 6th here. Wofford has to try and protect. DePrimo misses the zone there. Great waste pitch, though, on 0-2. Wofford calls Rome, Georgia home. Started his professional career last year with the Lake Erie Crushers. 1-2. 1 out coming into Wofford. Misses inside again. Count goes to 2-2. In the Southern Division, in the PBL, Ogden clinched the first half last night. Grand Junction is in 2nd, NoCo. Northern Colorado's in 3rd, Boise's in 4th, and Rocky Mountain Vibes are in 5th. Misses in the dirt. 0-2 to 3-2 now. We'll give you a scoreboard update at some point, but first we have to see this payoff pitch from Brody Wofford. DePrimo will hurl his 15th firing since starting this inning. 3-2. Swung on, carrying, base hit, RBI single from Brody Wofford. The deficit is now 1 for the Glacier Range Riders. Cash comes across. Dean Miller coming to the plate. A home run today for Dean Miller. What can he do here in the bottom of the 6th? 4-3 is the score. Hunter DePrimo will get a visit from Jim Riggleman. We'll take a quick breath, and I'll talk to you about some of the scores around the league. Again, a little bit more of an explanation than I was trying to fit in between pitches there. First half and the second half winners each go to the playoffs. If there is no separate second half winner, aka if Missoula, who won the first half, also have the best second half record, then it goes to best overall record. And that is why this week matters, because this now, with the first half pennant out of reach, it just is all about getting your first half or your total series season record as best as it can be in case Missoula wins again. You want to have that backup. Right now with Glacier, the bad stretch they were on to end June and start July, that overall record being in second place, maybe a little bit far-fetched. They are 10 games back of Great Falls, who is in second, so it's not impossible, but they need to play really well. They're just looking to load up momentum for the second half, which starts next week when they head to Idaho Falls on Tuesday. 1-0 after the first pitch, misses to Dino Miller. That one also misses, and DePrimo right now, I'm sure, frustrated not getting that call, as it didn't seem to miss by much. 2-0, 1 out, runner on first. That one will hit the zone and get called a strike by our home plate umpire, Michael Chuckerman. He was the home plate umpire on Monday's game. That was won 7-1 by the Glacier Range Riders. 2-1, 1 out, runner on first is Brody Wofford. Swung on, and it'll be off the glove of the second base of the shortstop, right over second base. Dennison can't come up with a diving play, and it's a base hit for Dean Miller. Livingston Morris will step up, 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground outs to shortstop. If he does that again, hits it to short, could very well be 2, but Livingston Morris surely would think more about bringing 2 or 3 home than getting 2 outs. 1 out. Runners on first and second for Livy. First pitch misses inside. Count goes to 1-0. 20 pitches thrown by Hunter DePrimo now. And half of them have been strikes. He's fallen behind in counts, and that has hurt him. 1-0 coming to Livy Morris. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Count goes to 1-1. Update from around the league. Grand Junction leads Northern Colorado 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Missoula, after clinching the title in the first half last night, lead Great Falls 5-3. Pitch finds the zone. Count goes to 1-2. Justin Mazzone is on deck. Crowd trying to help Livingston Morris get that call there. Retroactive does not work. 1-2, 1 out, runners on first and second. The pitch. Swung on, a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Cruz Taylor. He's going to get to the wall, but he will come up with the catch. Brody Wofford did not get to second to tag, and I think Nick Hogan, he just grabbed his knees, regretting maybe that Brody Wofford didn't get that. Brody Wofford was hoping that one went off the wall so then he could try and find a way to scamper home. We're going to get a pitching change here. DePrimo's day is done, but he's responsible for 2 left on. Justin Mazzone, a huge at-bat coming up in a 4-3 ball game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. Bo Bovelin is the man that Jim Riggleman will put out there. Bovelin on the season, a 4.05 ERA. This is his 17th appearance, a 1-1 record, as well as 14 strikeouts to 3 walks. Jim Riggleman clearly wanting the lefty-lefty matchup with Justin Mazzone stepping into the plate. A huge at-bat here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch misses high. Count goes to 1-0. Mazzone is 1 for 2. He singled into center field. Beyond the second baseman, Hovey, his most recent time up. Range Riders now out hitting the Billings Mustangs. Still trail by 1, though. Check swing, but it's a called strike. Count is 1-1 for Justin Mazzone. Spent a 4-year career at Seattle University before playing this most recent season with LC State alongside Sam Linscott and pitcher Dawson Day. 1-1, 2 outs. Way upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. If for some reason there is a walk or an infield single, something that could load the bases, it is Eddie McCabe, who had an RBI double his last time up. He's on deck. 2-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Wofford on second, Miller on first. Swung on. This one carrying to center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. The green light for Brody Wofford. The throw home. It is offline. Brody Wofford into home, standing up. RBI single from Justin Mazzone. We are tied at 4 apiece. Dean Miller did not go any farther than second, so now Eddie McCabe will have the exact same situation that Justin Mazzone had. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, but this time he has the advantage of a lefty-righty matchup. 1 for 2 with that RBI double his last time up. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0. Bo Bovelin is a Bryant, Arkansas native, University of Central Oklahoma graduate where he played this spring. The 6', 195-pound southpaw will set, kick, and fire. Swing and a miss, says McCabe was looking for all of that one. 1-1 now for the former Georgetown Hoya. Thought about it, didn't go. It's in the zone. 1-2. Crowd groans in disbelief. 4-4 is our score here. McCabe trying to change that. One, 2, 2 outs, 2 on, coming in. And it misses the shoe tops. Dean Miller will advance, so will Justin Mazzone. Count will go to 2-2. 2 outs. And I don't know if that will be a pass ball or a wild pitch. It was definitely close. Could have gone either way. I'm going to call it a pass ball for now. But I will get confirmation. I'll try and remember to update you when I do get confirmation on that. But the more important thing, now second on third, Justin Mazzone can boogie well, especially for a catcher. He's on second. Miller, obviously on a base hit, will have no problem getting home. Swung on. That one's not a base hit. It's a hard hit ball lashed foul down the right field line. They're shifting quite a ways for McCabe to pull, leaving a big hole open in the middle of the infield. 2-2, 2 outs coming into Eddie McCabe. Foul ball. He stays alive. Runners on second and third. 4-4 is our score. Eddie McCabe about to see a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Misses. We go 3-2. Full count for Eddie McCabe. A ball will bring up Brant Broussard, the man who won the game with the bases loaded last night thanks to an error on the third baseman Jackson Raper. But we'll see what happens with this payoff pitch. Swung on, a foul ball. The ninth pitch of this at-bat for Eddie McCabe. 3-2 coming again from Bovalin. Foul ball. We go to the 10th pitch of the at-bat. The crowd loves the fight from Eddie McCabe. Finished his collegiate career at Georgetown this spring. Immediately shipped himself off to Great Falls, Montana, where he had an incredible start to his professional career. Just 2 weeks ago, right before the start of July, he heard the night before the Range Riders played the Great Falls Voyagers that he was going to be playing for the other side. Swung on. That one hit out to right field, but it will be Cruz Taylor that will be able to get to the laser to him. Runners stranded at second and third, however. A 2-run bottom of the sixth ties this game at 4. A 10-pitch at-bat from Eddie McCabe. He comes up empty. What a contest we got going for you. We'll see you shortly in the top of the 7th. Back here in the top of the 7th. Tanner Solomon out for his second inning of work. The Arizona native will see 8-9-1 in this inning. Pereira, Dennison, and Garcia. Pereira on the day, 0 for 2. Strikeout and a pop out. And if you're in that Billings Mustangs dugout, you just have to be absolutely hitting your head against a wall. This 3-game stretch, including this one, it seems like every time you start to think, okay, we're getting things going, we feel like we have a chance. Somehow, Glacier, a myriad of ways, has got things to go their way. Tanner Solomon's going to have to run all the way over, and a perfect bunt dropped down by Brian Pereira. He's going to reach on a bunt single. Caught Dean Miller a little off his line. And Solomon was the only guy that could make the play there. And just like that quote-unquote swinging bunt that Logan Van Wy had reach against him, same thing happens there. As the only situation is a bare hand play and just too hard, but call it the 6th hit of the day for Billings. As Dennison squares to bunt and sees a strike. They got 2 home runs today, but right now they are just resigned to the fact, well, we spent our BP time training to play defense on these bunts, so if we recognize something that we could take advantage of it, Let's try and do that. Again, squaring a bunt. Pulls it back this time, and it misses. Count goes to 1-1. 4-4 is our score here, top of the 7th. Go-ahead run aboard in the form of Brian Pereira over there at first. Mason Dennison 1-for-1 with a walk as well as a single that was lashed back at the pitcher. This one is a high fly ball to left field. Backing up and getting to the warning track and coming up with the catch is Eddie McCabe. Tagging up successfully is Brian Pereira. Great job by Pereira to realize that one was going hard out there, and Eddie McCabe had to go all the way to the back corner to grab that one. Rarely do you see a tag up from first, but Pereira showed you he can reach on a bunt single, and tagging up from first to second, no problem for him there as he read what was happening. Eddie McCabe, a great job himself to track that one down amidst the shadows that are now overtaking the field as the sun sets behind me. Jalen Garcia has a man in scoring position now. First pitch up high, count is 1-0. Garcia incredibly happy to see the departure of Logan Van Wy because he was 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a pop out in foul territory to Mazzone. 1-0. Called strike on the lower part of the plate. Don't think Garcia agreed with that. Garcia on the season, .395 batting average. He came into this series with it over 400, but it has dipped due to the struggles by him and the rest of the Mustangs at the plate. Could make a big play here, though. Go ahead, run at second, and he might just do that. Carrying out to left field, going, and gone. Jalen Garcia, one swing of the bat. It's back to a 2-run lead for Billings. For Garcia, that's his 8th home run of the season. He's second on the Mustangs, tied with Cruz Taylor. 6-4, Billings now leads in the top of the 7th. Speaking of Taylor, he steps up now. He's 0 for 2. Van Wy really happy. He just got a piggyback ride from Pereira. And the first pitch to Cruz Taylor misses from Tanner Solomon. For Solomon, that is his 6th home run given up this year. And he'll miss on that one. 2-0 now with 1 out to Cruz Taylor. That one finds the outside part of the zone. Count goes to 2-1. As Solomon tries to recover from that blast. Everybody knew it off the bat. Foul ball. Count will be 2-2 now. 5-pitch first inning of work for Tanner Solomon. He got 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 pitch, 2 out, and then a 3-pitch strikeout. 1 plus 2, or 1 plus 1 equals 2 plus 3 equals 5. Quick math. 2-2. Misses high. We go full for Cruz Taylor. Cruz Taylor on the season, .266 batting average. 3-2, swung on, foul ball. He fights it off. He'll see another payoff pitch. Due up in the next half inning for the Glacier Range Riders, Brant Broussard, Ben McConnell, and Ryan Cash. A speedy trio. Solomon will throw pitch number 20, guaranteed to see the plate in this inning for Billings, as well as Cruz Taylor, Gabe Wirtz. Foul ball. Is it a foul ball? It's a high fly ball. Dean Miller went down to a slide a little bit too soon there. And then the ball shifted away from where he was sliding. He knows how close he was to that one and nearly made the play, but it fell just about about a full body length to the side of him, not able to make the grab. Foul ball lands safely, and a mulligan for Cruz Taylor. Another 3-2 as he'll try and reach any way he can against Tanner Solomon. This one, another Fly ball hit towards Dean Miller. This one manageable for the third baseman as he tracks it down, catches it on the run right in front of the foul line. Fair ball. And a fair ball fly out to Miller. And Gabe Wirtz, number 3 batter, comes up. 1 for 3 is he with a single in his most recent trip to the plate. They're not going to shift too hard for Gabe Wirtz. Does have a fly out to center and a fly out to right. Misses on the first pitch. Count goes to 1-0. Interesting to see who we will see in the bottom of the 7th. It will be Bo Bovelin. Nobody's warming up at the pen. As we have a stoppage in play right now for some reason. The umpire, I think he might have just gone to the bathroom or something. He went into the dugout to do something. I don't know what, but there is a bathroom down there. The umpire might have just had to go. When you got to go, you got to go, I guess. 1-0 coming in. Gabe Wirtz hits it down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Dean Miller's going to need to throw it across the diamond. And what a stretch from Brody Wofford for out number 3. However, Billings takes the lead back. A 2-run jack by Jalen Garcia makes it 6-4. We stretch and come back for the bottom of the 7th. We're back here in the bottom of the 7th. We just had an extended singing of Proud to Be an American, and the catcher, Brian Pereira, not happy about that. As he said, we're ready to play. Can we play? First pitch swinging from Brant Broussard. It's a foul ball. The crowd was into it. I think our DJ was just kind of riding it out. If they want to sing, let them sing. You do have to take away the music eventually, though. Just let the fans keep singing, I guess. 0-1. Swung on, foul ball. Now it's 0-2 after 2 foul balls from Brant Broussard. I already mentioned it last half inning, but 2 up in this inning is Ben McConnell as well as Ryan Cash after Brant Broussard. This one hit down the third baseline. It's going to be foul for Brant Broussard. Another 0-2. U2. No Bono here. 0-2. You're getting weird. Swung on and missed. Broussard down on strikes. Ben McConnell will step up. He's got 2 flyouts and a ground out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It is 6-4 in favor of the Billings Mustangs. They have outscored their total from the last 3 nights. 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday. First pitch coming in to McConnell. He'll square to bunt, and he will stab at it, but miss it. Goes down as a swinging strike. Count goes to 0-1. Clearly, Nick Hogan and the coaching staff might have not seen all the infield bunt defense work from Billings before this game. Swing and a miss there. Count goes to 0-2 on Ben McConnell as the immaculate inning is not in reach because of the 2-strike foul from Brant Broussard last at bat, but still could get a couple 0-3 strikeouts right here, as he will do just that to Ben McConnell. 7 pitches, 7 strikes, two strikeouts as Bo Bovelin looks pretty good here to start his first full inning of work. Ryan Cash got a little rally started last time up when he doubled into the left center gap. Step up into the right-handed batter's box, and this is a good time to take a look at his splits. Because he's a switch hitter, so it's obviously a lot more important for him. Which side of the batter's box does he bat better from? As that pitch goes up high, count is 1-0. Clearly he's batted in the left-hand batter's box lots more, because there's usually right-handed pitchers. 1-0 coming in. Swings on that one. It's going to be hit to short, so I won't even be able to pull up my stats in time. 6-3 ground out. For out number 3, it's quick 1-2-3 inning for Bo Bovelin. 6-4, we head to the 8th. Quentin Longree makes his second appearance as a Glacier Range Rider here. He appeared earlier in this series, his first time appearing in a Glacier uniform since the a rival of the left-hander from Missoula, where he started this season. Did not play anywhere last summer after he finished up a 6-year career at the University of Southern California, USC, future Big Ten school. I have yet to ask Quentin Longery his opinion on that. I'll tell you what, the sports that play a lot more like baseball, man, that's going to be brutal. Football, it'll be okay, I guess. I mean, the travel just in general, man, that's a lot of time on planes that they're going to be spending. But I'm sure all those Big Ten schools, when you think about baseball, I'm sure they'll be happy, you know, hit or miss weather all spring in the upper Midwest. They'll be excited that they can go down to California and be almost guaranteed good weather. This one is carrying out to right field. Linscott misread that one, and he comes up with a grab. No. It hits in front of him. The first base ump said it hit. And they almost caught the runner, Jackson Raper, going around way too far on first base. As Linscott got up kind of casually there. Caught that one off the turf. It is a single for Jackson Raper. That's the bottom line. A rare occurrence where you see Sam Linscott misread a ball coming to the outfield. He took a couple steps back before realizing, oh, crap, I need to crash in there. And we'll see a pinch hitter in Jacob Klein. Likely will be the second baseman. Likely will stay in at second base as he is the second baseman. Let's see what the Akron, Ohio native can deliver. First pitch, he raises his arms, but it didn't miss the strike zone by that much. Count goes to 1-0. 6-4 here, top of the 8th. Quentin Longery trying to keep this one close, as it has been the bottom of the 8th that has been all range riders thus far this series. That one again scoots him off the plate. Count goes 2-0. Again missing inside. It's going to be 3-0. Longery, I mentioned he appeared earlier in this series. He had 2 innings pitched. As that'll miss high, a 4-pitch walk puts runners on first and second. Jackson Raper on second. Klein pinch hitting. Doesn't have to take the bat off his shoulder. He gets to first. In the 2 innings pitched, there were 2 walks allowed by Quentin Longery, but he did have 4 strikeouts to his name. Did not allow a hit nor a run in his time thus far as a range rider. Jordan Barth, 1 for 3, went yard last night. See the first pitch, and it'll hit the zone. Another scooter off the plate and a raise of the arms by Barth. He thought that one missed inside, but it was not a 5th straight ball thrown by Longery. 0-1. No outs. Runners on first and second. Longery already into a jam here in his first inning of work. That one misses high. Mazzone way up out of his crouch to grab that one. Count even at 1-1. No action going in the bullpen. They're going to let Longery ride this one out at least a little bit longer before maybe sending out some feelers there to the pen. 1-1. Swung on. It's going to be down in shallow left field. Green light for Jackson Raper. No throw. Yes, a throw home. And it would have caught him. Drew Rossi was winding his shoulder and saying, come home hard. I think it was a late stop sign put up after he realized Jackson Raper was not burning rubber. And we're going to have another pinch hitter. It's number 30, Zach Threlfall, the Kelso, Washington native. Another LC State product makes his way out onto this field. Mike Spears is going to come out and have a quick conversation with Quentin Longley. Still nothing happening in the bullpen. Spears is just going to want to figure it out. How are they going to deal with this? Likely they'll bring the infield in, possibly get a force at home, or maybe not. Maybe they'll just pinch the corners in case they get the chance for that force at the plate. Spears usually quick in his conversations, and he is quick here. 2 hits as well as a 4-pitch walk have loaded the bases for Longley. It is a 2-run ball game here, top of the 8th. The Billings Mustangs using a pinch hitter to try and give themselves some insurance in a series where things have had a really hard time going their way. Threlfall, a catcher, 6 foot, 200 pounds. We'll see if he stays in to play first base, as you see a lot of catchers that can play first as well as catch. He's coming in for Bryce Jackson. First pitch to Threlfall, swing and a miss. Strikeout is the best option for Quentin Longley. Well, not the best. A triple play is clearly the best. But it is a very good and higher probability chance. The corners are pinched in. And another swing and a miss. He's ahead 0-2. Crucial at-bat here for Threlfall. On deck is Brian Pereira. Doesn't look like we'll get a pinch hitter there for the Annapolis, Maryland native. 0-2. Threlfall prepares in this righty-lefty matchup. Foul ball. Quentin Longley has enticed a swing every time from Threlfall. Home plate umpire Michael Chuckerman had some sort of problem with how the dugout was set up. Maybe somebody just a half step on the field, and he didn't like that. Another 0-2 coming in. No outs, bases loaded. Swung on, foul ball. It nicked off the bat. It nicked off the glove of Mazzone. And we'll do 0-2 again, as it is 2 Warriors that played their college ball in Lewistown, Idaho together. In Mazzone and Threlfall. Right next to each other. Mazzone will try and catch strike 3 here. Swung on, foul ball. Protecting this plate like his life depends on it is Zach Threlfall. He is not risking taking a strikeout looking here, at least not thus far in this at-bat. He swung and missed, and we got a foul since then. The 6th pitch of this at-bat as he is working to get through on Longley. Hit over to short. Fielded by Broussard. Going to fling to third base, and it will not be caught successfully by Dean Miller. I believe that'll go down as an E5. The run scores at 7-4. Billings leads on the error. Raper scores. It's a fielder's choice error. It's still an RBI for Zach Threlfall. But I don't think he'll get credit for a hit there, even with the infield pinched in. Likely should have gotten 1 out, and that will hit the batter, and that will score another one. Brian Pereira, an easy RBI, just got a bruise from it. Dennison scores. It's 8-4 Billings. Still no outs, bases loaded, and all the luck that has been built up by the Range Riders over the past couple nights. Luck produced by skill. as we're going to get a pinch runner now. I can't see who that is over at first. It is pinch running for Pereira. I didn't hear what the announcement was either, so I have no clue who's pinch running over at first. Foul ball. Count goes to 0-1. There is a new runner at first to replace Brian Pereira. I can tell you that. But the back has not faced me, and he's hunched down, so I cannot see the number. Swung on, foul ball. It has been foul balls that has made a difference here in this inning, as you just saw the grittiness from Zach Threlfall to be able to keep one in play, keep one in play, keep one in play, or keep himself in play, I guess, by fouling it off over and over again. And eventually it comes through, puts it in the field of play instead of for a foul ball, and now an 0-2 coming. Skips in the dirt, Mazzone gets in front of it. Doesn't need to worry about anybody running, because as long as he keeps it near the plate, he is at the plate. Ball makes it 1-2. 8-4 is our score here. Top of the 8th. It's no outs. Bases loaded for Mason Dennison at the plate. 1 for 2 today is Dennison. Ball misses. Counts 2-2. Crowd getting a little restless here. Frustrated watching the ring around the rosy that we've seen from Billings. Glacier going for the series win tonight in this 7-game stretch. They will have 3 more days with a chance to do it, though, after this. Swung on, foul ball, and that one got Mazzone. Did not feel good after it ricocheted off the bat into Mazzone's lower body. Longery begging for a punch-out pitch, and there is no help coming for him. Nobody warming up in the bullpen. And it is all on the USC Trojan southpaw to get himself out of this jam. Already 2 across on the error RBI, as well as the bases loaded hit by pitch. 2-2, no outs coming. In the dirt, and it's going to go up in the air, scooped off the glove. A wild pitch scores another run. Everybody moves up. Barth is the man that crosses the plate. 9-4 in favor of Billings. The runner over at first, who came in a pinch run, actually did not move up there. This one's hit over to third, fielded by Miller. He'll throw from a knee across the diamond. Wow, what a play from Dean Miller. He kept the runner at third as well, as Threlfall was playing it safe, did not want to get himself thrown out 90 feet away. So 1 out now after Miller does the marvelous. The pinch runner over at first moves up to second. Threlfall, like I said, stays at third. First pitch to Jalen Garcia, foul ball. He changed this game big time last inning when he hit a 2-run jack over the left field fence, a no-doubter that gave the 6-4 lead to the Billings Mustangs. They've only expounded upon that this inning, as it is 9-4 with 1 out, runners on second and third. Another foul ball. Constantly, these Billings batters have been just under pitches. Found them back. Their timing is not far off, just missing it. 0-2, 1 out to Jalen Garcia. Quentin Longery has not struggled getting the counts to 0-2. But now he'll fire, miss. 1-2. 1 out. Runners on second and third. It's 9-4 here in the top of the eighth. Glacier has come back from deficits in the bottom of the eighth twice already in this series. However, both the times they were just one-run deficits entering the bottom of the eighth. Swing and a miss. Garcia goes down on strikes, and now no sacrifice is an option. Cruz Taylor will need to not get out. Longree just trying to keep it within 5 runs here. He's thrown 26 pitches this inning, and 3 runs have come across against him. On an error, a hit by pitch with the bases loaded, and a wild pitch. First pitch coming in, splashes the zone. Count goes 0-1. With nobody warming up in the pen, you might think that it will be Longree that we see in the 9th again, especially if he can get out of this fairly quickly. Long inning for him. Arm probably starting to get tired, but knows just get one more out. Misses up and in. Count goes to 1-1. Cruz Taylor is 0 for 3 tonight. He does have a walk. He started in his first at-bat trying to lay down a bunt. Did not work, as Van Wy fielded and threw successfully over to first. 9-4 is our score here, as Taylor thought about it. Doesn't go. And the crowd loud in their disagreement. It was a called ball. Count goes to 2-1. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Runner on second is a pinch runner put in for Brian Pereira for this exact situation. A chance to possibly try and stretch out a 2 RBI single here if Cruz Taylor is able to get a hit. I want to miss off the plate. Count goes to 3-1. A walk will bring up Gabe Wirtz with the bases loaded and 2 outs. A strike will push it full. And if Cruz Taylor puts the ball in play, I'll try and take you through it. A shift on for him, with Brant Broussard playing to the right of second base. Way off his usual shortstop position. They're playing for Cruz Taylor to pull, protecting the right side of the infield. The pitch. It'll miss. You can tell what the catcher thinks it is by how long they try and frame the ball there. And not a super long frame from Mazzone, but enough to show that he did think there was a chance he gets that call. Instead, we go bases loaded. Plenty of speed with Cruz Taylor at first. He'll be going on contact with 2 outs. Gabe Wirtz at the plate, 1 for 4 today. Billings is now out hitting Glacier 9-8. Swing and a miss. Count goes 0-1. The long ball has made the difference for Billings tonight. 3 home runs. And this inning, just utilizing small ball to get 3 Mustangs across. 0-1, 2 outs, the pitch. Limbo makes it 1-1. One. Swung on. This one out to left field, and it's caught. Brenton Davis into left field for Eddie McCabe. Looked a little unsure of himself for a couple moments there, but comes in and makes the grab for out number 3. 3 runs across for Billings. They lead 9-4. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Jim Riggleman bringing on one of his best to try and finish this contest off. Maybe we'll see 2 innings from Foster Pace if he's able to keep the Glacier Range Riders bats down. It is Foster Pace who comes up for his 15th appearance of the season. He has started no games. He's got a 3-2 record, 26 innings pitched, an ERA of 2.77 for him. He has 24 strikeouts to 6 walks. He did, however, allow an earned run yesterday. He's good for, he's good for a run here or a run there. But except for a June 21st outing against Boise, he has not allowed more than 1 earned run in his outings, which are usually limited between 1 and 3 innings. Sam Linscott needs to be the man to start this charge. It has been 2 straight coming into this game, come from behind victories. This one will be the biggest task yet. Called strike, hits the zone to Linscott, who's 1 for 3 today. That one swung on, foul ball. Count goes to 0-2. Final from Grand Junction, Colorado, 3-0. The Rockies beat the Owls. The Missoula Paddleheads in the top of the 8th. They are continuing to build upon their impressive season. 9-3, they lead the Great Falls Voyagers. Cross-state rivalry battle in Boise, Idaho. The Hawks lead the Chuckers 5-3. And Rocky Mountain leads first half Southern Division champion Ogden 8-6. That one misses low in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. One-two. Linscott prepares to receive. Misses low. It goes to 2-2. Due up this half inning. It's Linscott, Wofford, and Miller. Range Riders just trailing Billings by 1 in terms of hit, but Billings' pregame defensive training session paying off in the error department. They had 3 last night and none tonight. Swung on by Linscott. It's heading towards the gap, but Garcia will not have to go far to grab it. 1 gone, 5 outs needed now by Billings to get their first win of the series. Brody Wofford up now. He's 1 for 3, got a huge RBI single. His last time up. Mentioned the error just that last inning by the Glacier Range Riders. When they commit an error, they've done that in 31 games this season, and they're 9-22 when they commit an error. First pitch in the zone, called strike. When the Glacier Range Riders do not commit an error, they've only done that 12 times, but they're 7-5. That makes a big difference. Swung on by Wofford. It's going to be foul. He's behind 0-2. Foster Pace playing with a 5-run lead right now. Plenty of allowance for him to just throw it over the plate and see if he can just get the Range Riders to get themselves out. 0-2. Swung on. Wofford just stays alive, making a little bit of contact with that ball. I already mentioned the 0-6 record on Thursday nights. It is the only day of the week in which the Range Riders have yet to win. They are undefeated on Monday nights, and they have 4 different victories on Wednesday nights. Something about Thursday that just doesn't agree with the Glacier Range Riders. That one is in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2 after it ricochets up and off the face mask of Pereira, who will come back into the game after being courtesy ran for in that past half inning. 1-2, 1 out. Base is empty for Brody Wofford. Swung on. It's going to be a diving play. Will somebody cover first? No, not in time. A single as Wofford goes sliding into first base. Klein was there, knocked it down, gloved it. And the first baseman had to run over there to try and grab it, but he couldn't get it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'll see if Zach Threlfall is the new first baseman. He came in to pinch hit for Bryce Jackson last inning. And it looks like it's Bryce Jackson back over there at first. Jim Riggleman trying to do all he can to confuse the heck out of us up here in the press box, using the courtesy batter as well as a courtesy runner. First pitch to Dean Miller, misses low. The infield single by Brody Wofford puts him aboard. He's 2 for 4 on the day. And this man, Dean Miller, a lot of pop in his bat. And a 2 for 3 night for him. 1-0 pitch coming into Miller. Swings on it, fouls it. Count goes to 1-1. The Seattle Mariners have officially won their 11th straight game. Some of you care, most of you probably don't. 1-1. 1 out. And that one will miss. Count goes to 2-1. I know we got some Mariners fans on the Range Rider squad. Maybe there's a couple on the Billings Mustangs squad that is watching. Maybe Kelso, Washington native Zach Threlfall. Pretty sure Kelso is in Eastern Washington. Nice breaking ball. Hits the zone. Count goes to 2-2. It's not in Eastern Washington. It is in Southern Washington. Not in the Seattle area, but there's no MLB team in Portland, so maybe the Threlfall family is rooting for the Mariners, as is Dawson Day and the Lynn Scott family. Swung on, a base hit from Dean Miller. Holding up at second is Brody Wofford, but Miller goes to 3 and 4. 3 for 4 on the day after plastering that one into right field. Livingston Morris right now, if there is ever a time when he needs to come up with one of his miraculous home run balls, this is it. It would take it from a 5-run game to a 2-run game if he is able to loop one over the wall. But I'm sure Foster Pace is well aware of the power. You don't even need to see this guy swing a bat or see his stats to be intimidated by the force that he is at the plate. Breaking ball. Said to have hit the zone by Chuckerman. Fans thought it was high, but it just looped inside the shaded black rectangle, gray rectangle, whatever your invisible strike zone is in your mind. 0-1 coming in from Foster Pace. Swung on as Livingston Morris comes up empty. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has 2 ground outs, and he also flied out to deep right field. We have 1 out, so unless we get a double play, we're going to see Justin Mazzone. 0-2 coming into Livy Morris. He misses in the dirt. Glacier Range Riders wearing their red hats today. You don't see them anywhere because they're all just wearing their green batting helmets. But they wear their red hats today to go with the home whites. They'll wear their red jammer jerseys tomorrow night. And the 1-2 will come in from Foster Pace. Also missing. Count goes to 2-2. Foster Pace, an undersized pitcher at 5'10", 167 pounds. At the plate, Livingston Morris stands 6'4", 245 pounds. 2-2, 1 out. Foster Pace. will take a while to receive the call from Pereira. The 2-2 pitch coming in to Morris. Swung on, and he just got a piece of it. Crowd recognizing the gravity of this situation. And as Livingston Morris stays alive to see another pitch, the smattering of applause gets a little bit louder. Brody Wofford on second, Dean Miller on first. Livingston Morris at the plate. The 2-2 with 1 out coming in from Foster Pace as he sets at the belt. Swings on it. It is dribbled foul. The tension cut by every Range Rider crowd member applauding, trying to get that extra surge out of Livingston Morris as a loose bullpen pitch gets over there, and that's something to keep an eye on. You don't want to have your pitcher beware. I mean, I don't know, me personally, if I see somebody that could replace me warming up, and the fact is my bench is maybe getting a little bit worried, that would hurt me a little bit. We'll see how it affects Foster Pace. The 2-2 coming into Livingston Morris. Swung on, and it'll get down. Base hit. Brody Wofford will go home. The throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI single from Livingston Morris. Still a long way to go. But Morris does his job, and it is 9-5. This would be the biggest comeback in franchise history if the Glacier Range Riders were to come all the way back from down 5 runs. It's great because I've seen every game in franchise history, so it's not that hard to Rolodex what this team has done. This would be remarkable, but they have a long way to go. First pitch swinging from a zone. He wanted to cut this deficit to 1 with 1 swing of the bat, but he's unable to make contact with the baseball. 0-1 now, 1 out. 2 on, Morris on first, Dean Miller on second. Pitch misses off the plate. Options on the bench for a possible pinch hitter right now or a pinch runner. For Nick Hogan, Ramon Enriquez is on the bench, as well as John Pardue, Brian Williams. Brenton Davis, who dropped down a great sacrifice bunt after coming on as a defensive substitute last night, he's on deck. Swung on, that's going to get down in center field. The throw will come home, and it will just lose enough gas before it gets to the catcher. An RBI single from Justin Mazzone. It is 9-6 now. Miller scores. And now Brenton Davis will be the man to come up. Brant Broussard is on deck. Ben McConnell is in the hole. We got 2 outs, or 1 out in this 9-6 ball game. Will Jim Riggleman take out his pitcher? He will. That's the end of Foster Pace after the Glacier Range Riders start to play a little around the horn with him. It looks like it's Darian Reagans coming in that will get a chance. Well, if he finishes this game off and he does not lose the lead, he will get a chance for the save. Darian Reagans will allow him to warm up, and we'll take a quick break. It's going to be a barn burner finish here at Flathead Field. We are in the bottom of the 8th. It is Brenton Davis that will come up to the plate. Darian Reagans, the left-hander, is the new pitcher. Livingston Morris is on second. Justin Mazzone is on first. Each of them have an RBI single in this inning. That made the score go 9-4 to 9-6, which is where we stand now. One out here. Brenton Davis will get his first at-bat after coming on for the third straight night as a defensive substitute. The last 2 nights at third base, tonight in left field, showing his versatility, but actually, never mind. Look down, it's a pinch hitter for the Glacier Range Riders. And they're putting Brian Williams in a huge spot here. A man that has just one career professional hit to his name, and he's going to see Reagans. What I believe Nick Hogan was doing is switching it from a lefty-lefty matchup, which it would be for Brenton Davis at the plate, to a lefty-righty matchup for the right-hander Brian Williams. First pitch swinging from Williams. He fouls it away. Count goes to 0-1. I thought there was a chance that we see Nick Hogan keep Brian Williams in the chamber for a possible pinch runner scenario because he's got great speed on the base paths, over 20 steals at Birmingham Southern this season. 0-1, 1 out, into Williams. Trusts his bat just as much as his feet, does Hogan. Misses. Count goes to 1-1. Darian Reagans on the season, a 5.5 ERA, a 1-1 record. He has usually been a starter. He started 8 games. This is his 11th appearance overall. And he has 40 strikeouts to 20 walks, has struggled with control. Swung on, a foul ball. 1-2 now. Brian Williams is down. Brant Broussard stands on deck. Ben McConnell is begging for a chance to get an at-bat this inning. He's in the hole. 1 out here as Reagans will prepare to fire the 1-2 to Brian Williams. Swung on and missed. Williams comes up empty, and now there are 2 outs for Brant Broussard. Broussard 0 for 3 today. He's the hero last night. You can hear his interview after he walked off the game, forcing an E5 out of Billings in the bottom of the 9th. The thing about Brant Broussard is he was happy the team won, but he was immediately regretting the fact that he didn't get a hit out of it. He knows he could have, should have, would have done better. This one, he will also hold himself to a high standard with. First pitch coming in, and he swings and misses at it. Reagans on the mound, 6'2", 230 pounds, dwarfing Brant Broussard, standing 5'10", 170. Ball misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. On second is Livingston Morris, who once he gets revved up in terms of his speed, he can move, and Mazzone over at first. Knocks away some mosquitoes off his elbow as he prepares to see this one. And it will be lifted into center field. Jalen Garcia does look to track it, and he nabs it for out number 3. The Glacier Range Riders cut the deficit to 3. They will have it close for the bottom of the 9th. But right now, they look to just keep it at 3. Don't go anywhere. We got one more inning to play. Top of the ninth, it is 9-6 in favor of the visiting Billings Mustangs. Right now, they try to add insurance on, and they know that adding insurance is very important. It was just under a month ago, the second game ever at Glacier, at the Glacier Range Riders home facility, Flathead Field here. It was a 2-run deficit erased in the bottom of the ninth by the Range Riders. A 3-run deficit in the ninth would be also the biggest ninth inning deficit ever overcome in Range Rider history. First pitch swinging, a fly ball from Jackson Raper to the right center gap and lost in the light. Oh my goodness. Completely lost in the light. The throw into third will be not in time. It's a stand-up triple from Jackson Raper. That's the first time this season, I believe, that we've seen a ball just completely untrackable in the outfield. As Ben McConnell, so sure-sighted out there, has now put Justin Coleman, the new pitcher, behind the 8 ball a little bit after that triple goes against his mark. It looked a little bit too casual for Ben McConnell, who was jogging over there. And, I mean, sometimes he makes fielding look easy, but that one was just too easy if he did have a beat on it. And he did not. It got all the way to the wall. And now it'll be Jacob Klein at the plate, who walked as a pinch hitter in the last inning. He stayed in at second. Count is 1-0 after the ball misses outside from Justin Coleman, the new pitcher. That one also said to have missed the zone by the home plate umpire. Count goes 2-0 for Coleman. He is one of Nick Hogan's top choices. He has 3 saves on the year, so he has played that closer role as of late. 2-0. The pitch comes in. That one will miss, and it will be enough to score the runner. A wild pitch makes it 10-6 in favor of Billings. Also pushes the count to 3-0. Ten to 6, 3-0 pitch coming in. Called strike. This one is popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Down over in the general admission area that is yet to be opened. 3-2, full count now to Jacob Klein. No outs here. Bases empty. 10-6 in the top of the ninth. That one's hit, and it's going to get through. Base hit for Jacob Klein. He's aboard with 1 out, or with no outs. 1 on with no outs. It actually is Brian Williams playing out in left field now. He came in to pinch hit for Brenton Davis. He's just going to stay out there. He was listed as an infielder / outfielder by Nick Hogan when I double checked on him. The first pitcher the first player I actually saw with the name Brian Williams when Nick Hogan notified me that we were adding somebody named Brian Williams was a pitcher from Texas Southern. Brian Williams, as you can imagine, a fairly common name. We talked last night about how there's a MLB player with the name Brian Williams. That also makes it confusing trying to look up this Brian Williams, but once I narrowed down who he was, where he played, what he's done, got a little bit easier. 0-1 coming in, foul ball. Hit over to the rocks. Another part of that general admission area yet to be opened. 0-2 now with no outs. These two teams play tomorrow night, as well as Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon at 3:05. If you're in the area, or maybe even if you're in Billings, great weekend to come up to the northwestern part of the state and catch some baseball. You can also see the Under the Big Sky Festival that's located here if you want to go to that during the day, and then tonight or in the night come out to the game. You can sure pack your days full here, and it will be a beautiful, sunny, great weather weekend for baseball and music and everything else that the Flathead Valley has to offer. 1-2 coming in. Swung on, over to short. 1, and the throw over to first is high, so it just goes down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. Broussard to Cash. Cash just flung it a little bit high. Klein thrown out on the FC. Barth reached on that. He goes to two for 5 on the day. Bryce Jackson, who was pinch hit for, it was the temporary pinch hitter, will come back in the game as he re-entered at first base. And he swings and misses on the first pitch. He does have a big home run to his name this game. Clearly has made a difference in this contest. Just a 4-run lead for the Billings Mustangs. 0-1, 1 out. Here in the top of the ninth, the runner on first is Jordan Barth. Foul ball makes it 0-2. All time when trailing after the 8th inning, the Glacier Range Riders are 1-24. Their lone win is against this Billings Mustang squad in that comeback victory I mentioned on June 15th. Hit over to first, the throw after the tag of the first base bag will be in time. They needed to put a tag on the runner because the force out was deleted. But it works out. 3-6 double play. The Range Riders need a big old rally in the bottom of the ninth. We'll be right back to see it. One, 2, and 3 due up here in the bottom of the ninth. 4 runs needed for the Glacier Range Riders. Darian Reagan's out to try and finish this contest off. The first pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-0. Ben McConnell, an uncharacteristic 0-for-4 day for him. Foul ball there. Count goes to 1-1. Darian Reagans, if he finishes this contest off, he will get the save. 1-1 now is the count to Ben McConnell. Swing and a miss. He's behind 1-2. Even though it's not necessarily his fault that he lost that ball in the light in the last half inning, I'm sure he blames himself for it. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. The crowd that is here doesn't love that that is a one of 3 outs that the Billings Mustangs need to finish this off. It's 10-6 right now in the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Cash, 1 for 4 tonight. He will see the first pitch from Darian Reagans, and he'll lash that one fair down the left field line. It's going to be at least 2 for Ryan Cash. The throw comes in, not there. Sliding into second with a double, his second double of the game. Ryan Cash, he doesn't matter all that much in terms of the run that he could score. What matters is not getting out. And he did not do that. So put him on second with 1 away. Darian Reagans, the left-handed pitcher out of Baltimore, Maryland, got the better of his Kaiser University teammate Ben McConnell to lead off the inning. First pitch misses low and inside, just off the knees of Sam Linscott, who's 1 for 4. Got a hit on his second at-bat, but his most recent time up, he lined out into center field. 1-0, 1 out. Cash on second. That one will miss low. Count goes 2-0 now for Linscott. The Glacier Range Riders right now 1 win away from their longest win streak, tied for their longest win streak in franchise history, which currently is at 4. Right down Main Street, a called strike. Count goes to 2-1. Linscott yet to take the bat off his shoulder this at-bat. 2 balls to start it off and a strike right there. 2-1, 1 out. Cash on second. Reagans sets on the mound. Swung on, a slow roller over to first. Reagans that needs to cover the flip. No way. Linscott beats it out. Reagans frustrated with himself. They had the shift on for Linscott, and he beat it. As Jackson was there to make the play, just nowhere to go with it. Infield single. Cash moves to third. Brody Wofford is at the plate. They are going to get somebody warming up in the pen. There's not a lot of bodies there right now. That's the problem for the Billings Mustangs, is it might be buy some time right now. The umpire comes into the huddle to make sure that that is kept to a minimum. As rapidly somebody, a right-hander, will be warming in the pen. Likely warming up to possibly bring in against the next batter, Dean Miller, who's a righty. Livingston Morris is also a right-hander. So that's likely what Jim Riggleman is looking for. As it's not hard to see the strategy here from Jim Riggleman. Technically, if a new batter comes in right now and is able to get the final 2 outs, it would be a save. It is the fairly rare instance where there's less than an inning pitched, but the tying run, if they're at the plate, on the bases, or on deck, as far back as on deck, then the pitcher can get a save. Darian Reagans, though, if he gets the final 2 out, he'll get a save himself because he entered the game with a 3-run lead last inning. First pitch misses low and away. Wofford will be ahead 1-0. Wofford, a 2 for 4 game today. Started off 0 for 2. And then has 2 singles since. 1-0 with 1 out. Swings on that one. It is a looper to third, and it will be caught in foul territory by Jordan Barth, who is the third baseman today.
Third baseman, number 30, Dean Miller.
And now the last chance is Dean Miller. A home run today that tied the ball game at 1 all the way back in the bottom of the second inning. A home run would put the game within 1 here. The entire crowd we have brought out tonight, begging for Miller to keep it alive. First pitch up high right in front of his face. Count goes to 1-0. One-0, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Not being held on is Sam Linscott. He's going to go for second. The pitch will miss, and a defensive indifference will get Sam Linscott to second. The only thing that does is make sure that there's no force at second. The only force is at first. Swung on, foul ball. The pitch on that defensive indifference was a ball. That one was a strike because of the foul. 2-1, 2 outs. The tying run is on deck in Livingston Morris. Dean Miller just trying to keep it alive. 2-1 coming in. Swung on. This one carrying out to left field. Backing up is Jalen Garcia. It's over the wall! A home run! Goodbye, baseball! Dean Miller has made it a 1-run game. His second 2-home run game of this series. They ain't out of it yet. The tying run will come to the plate. Jim Riggleman will make the sign to the pen. Wow. Darian Reagans visibly upset with himself as Dean Miller slapped that one out of the park. And Livingston Morris, a man that can also do that with one swing of the bat, is the dude to come in. Darian Reagans. I'm just watching him go into the dugout there. Clearly the thing in sports, you get that juxtaposition of success. And for Reagans right now, clearly what he sees as failure to himself. And the man that has taken the loss the past 2 nights, Al Pesto, is the name being called. Jim Riggleman, for the 3rd night in a row, will bring Al Pesto in an absolutely key situation. He started this series with a 1-1 record. Now he's at 1-3. It was in the bottom of the 9th last night where Livingston Morris led off the inning against Al Pesto and was able to get a bloop double into center field. There he was pinch hit for by John Pardue. Pinch ran for by John Pardue. Pardue would eventually score the game-winning run on that error by Jackson Raper. Livingston Morris saw him almost exactly 24 hours ago. This game, man. I hope everybody is locked in no matter what happens. What an outstanding contest. Billings, every time Glacier came back and made it seem close, Billings said, nope, we still got it. We still got it. Stay out in front. Stay out in front. That's been their motto this entire series. If you have, in baseball, you have a time with the lead, same in basketball, time with the lead. The time with the lead for the Billings Mustangs vastly outnumbers what the Glacier Range Riders have in these past 3 games. But Livingston Morris prepares to see a 2-out 0-0 pitch coming in from Al Pesto, the right-hander versus the right-hander. First pitch, thought about going, did not go, says the umpire over at first. Count goes to 1-0. Justin Mazzone is on deck if we get there. And Brian Williams, at least for now, is in the hole. I don't see him on the top step of the staircase, though. That one is in the zone. Called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Bottom of the 9th. Base is empty. 10-9 ball game. Livingston Morris at the plate. 1-1 coming in to Morris from Al Pesto. Misses. 2-1 now. Clearly Pesto not trying to give Morris anything to hit because he knows the ball can go for a ride off this guy's bat. 2-1, 2 outs. Swung on, but it will be in the ballpark. Jalen Garcia under it and grabs it for out number 3, and the Billings Mustangs find a way to survive. What a ball game here from Flathead Field. The 3rd straight night that these two squads play a 1-run ball game, tooth and nail, down to the last play. Absolutely incredible. These two teams, a rivalry clearly alive in the 406. Al Pesto will get the save as the tying run is at the plate. Just a 4-pitch save for Pesto. The winning pitcher will go down. I actually got to double check who that pitcher was when the lead went to the Glacier Range Riders. I believe the winning pitcher will be Bo Bovelin. Pretty sure it's Bo Bovelin. So Bo Bovelin goes 1 1/3 and looked pretty good in that 1 1/3. Picks up his 2nd win of the season. The loss will be handed, I believe, to Tanner Solomon. Yeah, it will be Tanner Solomon that comes up with the loss there. Bovelin gets the win. Solomon gets the loss. The save for just 1 out goes to Al Pesto, who finally triumphs over the Demons that he's seen the past 2 nights. Again, a 10-9 ball game, an absolute nail-biter here at Flathead Field. Man, we encourage you. Please, 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 you got to come out and be a part of this. It is a lot of fun. Whether you're from Billings and you want to come up here and cheer on the Mustangs, you're more than welcome. Or whether you're a Flathead Field Glacier Range Rider fan that wants to come out and watch this hometown squad sling in just a way that they have not shown since the opening series in Colorado Springs, which is one that I think Nick Hogan kind of wants to just throw out because of the differences between the two squads at that point in the season in terms of experience. The final score 10-9. The Range Riders out-hit the Billings Mustangs 15-11. But the Mustangs used just enough to find the winning punch. 0-7 all-time on Thursday night. Maybe next Thursday in Idaho Falls, things will be different for the Glacier Range Riders. Until then, we will see you tomorrow night. 7:05 first pitch Friday night. Noah Barros will get the start for the Glacier Range Riders. On the other side, we'll see Sean Kiley start for the Billings Mustangs. Saturday night at 7:05. Also, these two teams will match up. And then Camo Jersey Sunday, 3:05, right here at Flathead Field. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. My name is Scott Gladstone. It was an honor to bring you 9 innings of incredibly competitive baseball. Please have a safe rest of your night. Stay safe out there. Thank you.